Hey, what's going on, everybody? Verdi here with another Raid Shadow Legends video. Today we're going to be talking about patch 1.13 and the Unkillable nerf that's going to be happening. Plarium just put this out yesterday, and as update 1.13 draws closer, we wanted to give you a heads up about the changes that will be included. We have been observing the performance of various champions and teams in the clan boss battles on Ultra Nightmare difficulty, and there are certain adjustments that we believe are necessary. There are teams specifically tailored to be constantly kept under high-end defensive buffs such as Unkillable and block damage during the battle. This allowed them to outperform teams of every other composition by a huge margin, and we are talking about 3 times the damage in the best case scenarios on both sides. While this has to change, we acknowledge the effort and time that goes into crafting a team of this caliber and perform through tests to ensure they remain on par with other top contenders. As such, the Demon Lord will start ignoring Unkillable and block damage buffs from turn 50. Clan boss's turn, that is. So that means the speed comp will still work. Some sort of a speed Unkillable comp. I'll build Roshard and Santa, and I'm going to show the team that I use for Unkillable. That will probably still work. And then there's people who are using Warcaster and Lightsworn as well to revive on death. And that is also going to be nerfed, even though it doesn't say anything here. Cirilla has responded to RTZ187, one of the streamers for Raid, and she said that the revive on death will also be addressed. So I don't want everyone to freak out, because I think that the Unkillable can still be used. It's just not going to be able to 1 key as easily or 2 key as easily as it can now. So I'm going to show my Unkillable team right now. It works. My Unkillable team works on Nightmare and Ultra Nightmare. Full auto. Like currently around like 65 to 70 mil on Ultra Nightmare per key. I run at about 21 minutes. I go the full 168 turns. And then over here, 172 Painkeeper, 177 Painkeeper, and 173 Painkeeper. And actually here, Draco's 177 as well. It hasn't messed me up yet, but we're going to go ahead and give him a quick speed glyph if we can. Possibly. It looks like we won't. Alright, well, it hasn't really messed anything up yet. Let's, yeah, I'll be losing some crit rate. Yeah, I mean, this is what I've been using, so there's actually no need to change it. And then, yeah, so 172, 177, and 173 on the Painkeepers. They really just need to be above 171 and slower than Draco, or your Poisoner. You could do this with with Aethel, or you could do this with Aethar, and you can do this with Kale. You can do this with a lot of Poisoners. But I think Draco works the best. Main Eater is a 171. So another thing that you need to make this work is about 1,000 defense and like 20k health. You need to live through the first hit, so that, like I said, this works on both UNM and Nightmare. Nightmare, you don't have to worry about anything. On UNM, you just need to have like about 1,000 defense and around 20k health, right? So we're gonna go ahead and run it. We're not gonna do the whole run. I just want to show you the beginning of it. So there we go. We lived through the first turn, and now it is over. So I'm going to make this run go for 18 minutes and 30 seconds because 50 turns on my computer are going to take 6 minutes and 11 seconds. In between, like every 3 turns, the boss takes is 22 seconds. So between every smash is 22 seconds. So we did some math on stream, and I did some math off the side. Pretty much, like I said, at 6 minutes and 11 seconds is when the boss is going to cut me off or start ignoring Unkillable after the patch. So I'm going to run this for 18 minutes and 30 seconds, which would be a third of that. Or which would be 3 times that. So that way, we could go ahead and look at the damage at the end of the fight and see how this is going to work after the patch. And currently, the painkillers are only 40. Oh, the painkeepers are only painkillers. Oops. The painkeepers are only 40, and they don't have Toxic or War Master. So, with the Toxic set on, they'll be applying a couple more poisons here when Draco doesn't. Like, for example, right now would be a good example. And with War Master, they'll also gain a good bit of damage. I think Maneater gains about 3 mil on the 18-minute fight. So, off War Master, so that means that the Painkeepers will gain 3 mil each as well on the 18-minute fight. So if we're doing a third of that, they'll each gain 1 mil. So at the end of the fight, I'll show you some breakdown on how this can work out. This is probably the easiest Unkillable to make. And I really wanted to show this now because it will still work if made properly. And the fact that you can use it for both UNM and Nightmare frees up a lot of other champions. Because like for me, for example, I was using my Zavia and my Tyrell and stuff like that on Clan Boss for a while, and it kind of limited some of the things that they could do elsewhere, just because I would want to make them a little bit faster and things like that. And I just couldn't with the lifesteal gear and with the high accuracy requirement for UNM. In dungeons, you could go around 200 accuracy. And with the Great Hall maxed out, you could get that just from the banner and the Great Hall, pretty much. So won't need to
it's all about humanity.
Won't need to worry about accuracy as much, and can focus on other stats, do more damage, increase the speed of my runs in dungeons and things like that. So yeah, you saw this long enough. We're gonna go ahead and skip down to the end of the fight, and so you guys can see the damage, and we can talk about how this will work at after patch 1.3. Okay, and we're back. 18 minutes have gone by. We're gonna go to 18 minutes and 30 seconds, and take a look at the damage. All right, and 60.63 mil. and that is without War Master and Toxic Sets on Painkeeper. And let's say we third that. That will be 20 mil damage. And the reason why I say third is, and why I went 18, why I went 18 minutes is, so I do 3 turns, 22 seconds. 7.33 seconds per turn. So we take a minute and divide it by 7.33. We get 8.18 turns per minute. And then we're going to be doing 50 turns. 6 minutes and 11 seconds. So, with War Master and Toxic Set, I'm assuming we're going to be getting at least a mil out of them. Right? So, that will put you at around 23 mil damage. And a little bit more. And you can still 3-key UNM and still get a chest from Nightmare. And I think that's still pretty nice. It definitely will still work. And if this will work, I'm sure there will be other compositions that will work as well. I'm sure that I will get a chance to build multiple compositions on stream. Let's just take a look again at the gear. 177, and then I built him for damage because obviously unkillable, so it doesn't really matter how much defense and stuff he has. And then Maneater 171. This is the important part, and the defense and the hit points on the Painkeepers to survive that first hit on UNM. Like I said, on Nightmare, you don't have to worry about it. It's tuned for both. With Toxic Sets and War Master, this will still do really nicely. If you have any questions, leave a comment below or stop by my stream and I'll be happy to help out. I think that's going to be it for today, guys. If you find this video helpful at all, please leave a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one, yo. Peace.